Okie dokie. I would like to do a brief tutorial on how I build buildings, I guess, in Sanctuary Hills, because I do them just a little differently than I do most settlements. Now, as you can see, I have a big just plot of cement here. This was once a broken down building, which I demolished, and now I can build on it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open up my thing here, workshop, and I usually just build my stuff out of wood. Now you want to start with the floors first, always, because your walls are going to snap directly to the floors. So what I try to do is on the concrete slabs here, I try to line it up as closely as I can with the corner of the cement slab. And I can always edit this later, but that actually looks pretty darn good. And you can see now they all sort of snap together like this. So I'm just going to start laying down floor tiles. I'm going to make a fairly big house, just because I can. And that's pretty darn good. Hangs over a little bit back here, so that means it's a little crooked, but I really don't care. After the floors, you're going to want to do walls. I'm going to just do this basic wood wall for most of my walls. And then for a doorway, I'm going to do a front and a back door. I always do that. So, start with the back door. And these should snap together like Legos. If they don't, then that means there's something wrong, there's something in the way. I'm gonna do my front door right here. Alright. Now, here's the thing though, I kind of think I want to do a two-story house here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out one of these floor tiles and I'm just going to store it. And then I'm going to create a new floor tile, which is this one. You can see it has a ladder, which is kind of cool. And that snaps right into place. And it goes up to the next story. Now, we're going to need to add a ceiling level in between these walls and then the next level. We'll have to do a ceiling and then another floor. So we're going to go with the ceiling first. Now, if you have done this sort of ladder tile here, what you're going to want to do is scroll over to this really flat looking tile. This one right here. Okay? You don't want to do a thick tile, you want to do a flat one. And you can just lay those down for the ceiling. And they'll line up really nice with that staircase tile. Okay, so now we got a second story here, but there's no floor down except for here where we had the stair tile. That actually comes with a quote ceiling tile and a quote floor tile. We're gonna need more floor tiles if we want to put up more walls. So we want to go back here to floors and then go to just that first one. And look at this. They snap right together, right around that that stairway tile. Isn't that nice? And again, if things aren't snapping together, that usually means there's something in the way or something else wrong. Alright, so now we have a floor down, and that means we can add more walls now. I'm going to stick with wood walls. I'm not going to add any doorways to the second story because I'm not building a balcony. You could build a balcony if you wanted. I'm not going to bother. Just snap the walls all the way around. And you can use any wall you want, really, but I like these plain flat ones. I think they are fine. Alright, next thing you're going to want to do is actually put a roof on this thing. Now, this is the only time I'm going to use metal because I just prefer to have a metal roof. I feel like it's a little sturdier, but you can always go with a wood roof if you want, or any other kind. I'm going to do metal though. Just this flat metal roof. And they'll tile together just like Legos again. They should. You could even add a third story to this if you wanted. I'm not going to bother. I don't need that big of a building in this town. Okay, so now we got a roof. I'm gonna come on back downstairs. So we have our building constructed basically. No. That's what it looks like. But there's no electricity. So I'm going to show you how I run electricity through the whole building. It's very easy once you get the hang of it. So come out here to power. And you're going to want to build a generator. You don't need more than a small generator for one building. You really don't. The next thing you're going to want is a switch. So scroll over, find a switch, and stick it on the wall right by the generator. Next thing you're going to need is these little things right here. These little things that stick out from the wall. And you're going to want to situate these in between the first and second stories so that you have power both to the upper and lower levels. The first one I'm going to put right here on the corner. It's a little tricky to get it there, but once you do, it's there. And I'm going to start lining the walls with these. And I'll show you how these are going to work in just a little bit here. If you have a doorway, make sure to go well above the doorway. You don't want the doorway in the way. And again, on the corner. I was so excited when I realized you can put these on the corner. Because before that I had to do something else to get the wiring right. Okay, there's that. Another one right here on the corner. Just going to want to go all the way around. And again, in between the first and second stories, if you want electricity in both the upstairs and the downstairs. Okay, so I have all those around the perimeter. Now here's what I'm going to do. In my case it's the Y button, but it may be different for you, to connect a wire. Connect a wire from the generator up to the switch. And then from the switch up to one of these little power conduits. And then what you want to do is wire it from one conduit to the next. And just do this over and over until you've gone all the way around the house. Make sure you're clicking on the conduit and not the wire itself. You can see these are attaching very nicely. Easily, going all the way around. Sometimes you need to watch where you're going. Okay. And this is almost done. And once you have it like in a spot where it can connect, it will just sort of snap in place. Alright, so now I have the whole thing connected. to electricity. The generator is powering the switch, and the switch is powering all of these little conduits that are wired together. Now, if we want to check to see if it works, just come inside, pick your favorite lighting fixture, I'm just going to do these light bulbs, and start sticking them in various spots. You can see they're lighting up everywhere I'm putting them so far. And I'm going to go upstairs, make sure all the power is working upstairs too. That one's working. Working over here. In the middle. Yep. Very nice. So I've got electricity in the whole house. And that's good. So that means my wiring is correct. Another thing you can do, we can see we don't have a door here. If we want to go back to structures, scroll over to doors. You can pick whatever door you want. I'm just going to do this green one. And if you have a doorway, it'll snap right into place. Do a back door here. Now you can also see here, you got a little bit of a step from the ground up to the door, because it's a little uneven. If you want to scroll over to structures and wood, there's something that says stairs. Look at this, there's a little step stool, and if you move it around, it will snap right in place under the door. I utilize this a lot, because most of these doorways are not even. This one doesn't need one, because it doesn't have a step. Alright, so this is what our house is looking like right now. You can open the door, go inside, there's a downstairs, there's an upstairs, there's electricity in the whole house. Open the door, go down the steps. I'm gonna put some furniture in here, just a little bit, because now I don't have enough beds in town. I destroyed a building just so I could put this one up and show you how I'm doing this. So I'm going to put a few beds in here, which you don't really need to see. But that's the basics of setting up a building. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Can't really think of anything. That's all the basics. Floors, walls, electricity, doors. Yeah, that's about all there is to it. And then, you know, from there you can decorate it however you want. Not too bad. Alrighty, hope this has been helpful.